Welcome back. In this week's video, we're going to talk about workshops and either in-person or virtual workshops that you do online. And I am Anne LaFollette. I'm a surface designer, online educator, and creative entrepreneur. And in this series of videos, we've been diving into all of the different ways that you can get your artwork out into the world and share your passion for surface design. And today's topic is workshops. You might have been doing paint parties or other types of workshops in person around the type of art that you love to do. We all learned how to use Zoom, so you don't have to do them in person if you're not comfortable doing that yet. You can do them online. You can either do them through Zoom, or you could create a Facebook group and invite people into the Facebook group to do the workshop with you. And all you need to do is share your screen so you can show people the process that you're teaching. Now, the reason that this is a really interesting category is because it has that combination of personal connection that you make when you're in a workshop environment, either in person, which of course is way better, but you still can get an incredible amount of connection with people from all over the world when you're actually doing it online. And that is a big advantage because you don't have to be limited to just the number of people who can show up and be at your work table that might be in your creative studio. So the tips that I have for you around this category are, number one, think about your reach and the fact that if you do an online workshop, your reach is much, much broader than if you are just doing it in person and people have to physically come to one particular location. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you can actually either teach a methodology that you've acquired or your particular tips for how to do surface design, or it doesn't even have to be the surface design category. It can be something that you love to teach that will help you bring in some money so that you can then continue down the path of becoming a surface designer. And this is especially important if you really like the idea of becoming licensed. As we talked about several weeks ago, licensing takes time. So think about how having a workshop or teaching something can help you bring money in so that you can then continue to go down the licensing path and still have income while that is kind of in development, if you will. And then the last thing that I would say is that, of course, when you have a workshop, whether it's in person or virtual, you can still be offering your products to people. And that's another way for you to get your beautiful products into the hands of people, whether they're coming to a workshop and you can have a little giftable area that they can shop while they're in person with you, or you can make sure that they get links to your website and they can purchase products from you when the workshop ends. If it's a virtual workshop and you're on Zoom or you're doing it in a Facebook group, you can make sure they have links and that you're sending them to links to your website so that they can purchase products from you there. And having gotten this incredibly deep connection with you through a workshop experience, they're more likely to want to buy something from you so that they not only remember the workshop with fondness, but actually have a physical product that will remind them of you. All right, next week, we're going to jump into the bonus category, which is actually memberships. Don't forget to download my free ebook, How to Craft a Career in Surface Design. There are lots of examples included in there of people who have come into my universe, my hashtag Anne's Universe, and are now selling using a variety of these different techniques. And I think hearing student stories is a very powerful way to understand these concepts. I always like to say in closing that I am Anne LaFollette, and it's never too late to create. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week.